Welcome back, blade lovers, to This Old Sword Blade Reviews. And if you're getting sick of six leaf, you may or may not want to proceed with watching this video. This happens to be the last of four that I recently purchased, and I guess you purchase a lot of budget knives when you know they're available. You can get a little bit of a discount on them, and they're interesting. And these designs are all by Harvey Rattlesnake Designs. This is a very small knife in a Kiridashi style blade. However, it is V-ground and comes through quite sharp. Good little working knife. This one is in the red and black G10. There's a couple other variants. You can look them up on White Mountain Knives. I'll give you the link. This is the SL-13, S and L standing for six leaf, of course. Just like PF stands for petrified fish. There's the rattlesnake design. It is D2, as are all of the ones I've reviewed, and I don't know of any others in other steels. When you fold it up, it is a tiny little package, and there is no clip. This is a drop it in your pocket or fifth pocket style knife. It is a front flipper. And the challenge here is how to hold it so that you can front flip it. And I found the solution for me. I was trying to hold it in my whole hand and flip it, and I couldn't get enough push off with my thumb. I could roll it open, sort of. Couldn't use the index finger because I couldn't hold it tightly enough with the other fingers, etc., etc. Little knives are challenges when you're trying to open them with one hand. Little knives, maybe they belong to the slip joint. Maybe they should be all nail nick style knives. But since front flippers are so darn popular, everybody's got to have one. And I'm not really a front flipper sort of guy, even with the bigger ones, although I've got a few that work well for me. Again, I decided to hold it between my pinky and my ring finger and do that. So it works. What the heck? Got to do a little jockeying around, but it works. So Kiridashi style blade reminds me of the Kai V that I reviewed by Civivi, designed by Ostap Hell. And again, this one is by Harvey Rattlesnake Designs. It is a liner lock, nicely done with some nice barrel spacers there, two of them, wide open otherwise in the back. And you can get this in a black G10. You can get it in kind of a weird blotchy looking red and black. I forget the name of that. And I'm going to roll this knife open from here on out just because it's easier in front of the camera. And well, I guess it's time to put the tape measure to it. So it is 4 3/4 overall length, with a blade of exactly 2 inches and a cutting edge of 1 7/8. That was quick. We have a blade stock in millimeters of 3. Is it 3 or is it 3.2? Or is it 3.4? Let's try this whole thing again. I don't know why I'm getting that variance. We're going to call it 3.2 millimeter blade stock. Pretty good. And a handle thickness of 0.48 inches. Finally, we have a weight of 2.29 ounces, almost 3 ounces. So it's a solid little thing for its size. Not sure if they've done anything fancy like weight relieving it. Likely not. Doesn't look like it. Why would they? It's a small knife. Yep, just plain old hidden liners. And that's kind of a cool feature for about a 30-something dollar knife, less your 10% discount. I think it's like 32, 33. You may feel that's high for a small knife that doesn't have too many features, but has kind of a neat profile, you know, with these little scalloped corners. Basically a rectangle. And the blade completely disappears flush with the handle. The only thing you see sticking up is the front flipper and the kind of that arched protrusion of the release for the liner. See if I can do my fancy flick open again. There we go. One of these days I'll just slice my finger open in front of the camera. Perish that thought. Okay. Got a what looks like a T8 screw there, another one there, and T8 on the pivots, one on each side. And you can hold this knife very easily in a nice working position and have it locked open. You've got a little bit of a choil area here, and they did something interesting. They rounded the heel and took the edge back a little bit there so that you don't jab yourself on that protruding corner, because it is kind of like an arrowhead. But if you want, you can put your finger pretty comfortably right there. Again, you could use it that way. You could use 3 fingers on it fully and have a pretty firm grip on it. You could even go point down. Perish the thought. If you needed it, right? So let's look at it next to some of the rest of the family here that we've reviewed recently. Here is the SL-02, a bigger knife certainly than the 13. Got that forward finger choil. Got that interesting kind of brown burlap micarta. Very chunky in terms of length of the handle and being able to get all the fingers on there. They set this finger groove back pretty far, but they did give you the go forward position that's very comfortable on that. And then we have one I reviewed last prior to this one. This is the SL-09. I'll spread them out a little bit. And finally, we got the big guy, the SL-08, the one that has the glow-in-the-dark handle with all the weird kind of fossilized look to the acrylic. And of all of them, just in terms of fidgetiness and looks and feel, this is my favorite. So you may have your own favorite. That happens to be my favorite. So getting back to the little guy again, and these are the 4 that I have, and probably that'll be it for 6 leaf, unless they come out with something really outstanding and maybe in a grade up steel, something like Sandvik or what have you. That's probably my last little guy. I will leave you a link so you know how to purchase that, at least on White Mountain knives. And if you like your front flippers, you may get to fidget around with this a little bit if you pick one up. So that is the 6-leaf SL-13. It's designed by Rattlesnake Designs, Harvey Lynn designer. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe, and we'll be back with you soon with something new. Take care.